Hey everybody, 2025 is the year of the snake in Chinese astrology. Now, we all know snakes that symbolize transformation. They shed their skin, right? It's this beautiful metaphor for releasing old identities. But, my friends, there's so much more to this than meets the eye. And trust me, I have thoughts, because once upon a time, I lived with a real snake. Yep, up close and personal. That experience taught me a lot about transformation, things that go beyond the cliches. If you're ready to dive deep into the woo, the wild, and the wonderful of this year of the snake energy and uncover how you can use this powerful year for your own transformation, then join me for this stellar story. Before we get into my personal snake story, let's start with the basics. 2025 is the year of the snake, a cycle that occurs every 12 years in Chinese astrology, which is built around 12 zodiac animals, and it also incorporates the five elements of earth, water, fire, wood, and metal. So this year is ruled by the element of wood, which emphasizes growth, creativity, and fresh beginnings. When we combine that with the snake's themes of intuition, adaptability, and of course, transformation, we're looking at a truly potent year for big shifts. The snake's compass direction is the east, symbolizing that's the east for me, symbolizing new beginnings and the dawn of a new day. It's about stepping into something fresh and promising. But let's be real. Transformation isn't as simple as people make it sound. Sometimes people are like, oh, just shed your skin, let it go, la 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 la, just be free, let it go, right? If only transformation were that easy. And here's something else to consider. 2025 isn't just the year of the snake, it's also a 9 year in numerology. The number 9 symbolizes endings, release, and closure. It's a time to let go of what no longer serves you, to clear the space for something new. In the same way that the snake sheds its skin, a 9 year invites us to shed outdated habits, relationships, or mindsets that are keeping us stuck. So when we combine the transformative energy of the snake with the releasing energy of the 9, 2025 becomes a super powerful year to bring old cycles to a close and step into fresh, evolved versions of ourselves. It's really a time to ask, what are you ready to let go of? What's weighing you down, dulling your shine, or holding you back from fully embracing your potential? Let me introduce you to Monty Python, a snake I once lived with. Well, technically, he belonged to my boyfriend at the time. Monty had a big wooden cage with a glass window on the front, and most of the time he was just hanging out, basking in the warmth of the lamp that was inside of his cage. Except during parties, my boyfriend used to like to drape Monty around his neck for dramatic effect and parade around, parade around the college parties. And Monty, of course, came alive and excited at feeding time. Once a month, Monty would get fed live mice, and his normally chill demeanor would vanish as he devoured his dinner, uh, snapping the mouse's neck and swallowing it whole. But really, the thing that fascinated me the most was what happened afterward, because it's a whole cycle. It's a whole cycle. And after the snake eats, a couple weeks after his meal, because it takes them a while to digest, Monty's eyes would kind of cloud over. They would get this milky film on them. His skin would get very kind of dull and just not very shiny, not very nice looking. This was his preparation to molt, to transform. It wasn't a graceful process. It was messy, slow, and completely instinctual on Monty's part. So he had these milky eyes, so no clear vision. He would just rub himself against the driftwood that we also had in the cage for him to shed his old skin that he didn't need anymore. This was the process. He couldn't rush it. He just had to trust what was naturally meant to unfold, which was to to shed his skin, right? And this is the thing, right, about transformation is that it is messy. It definitely is messy. Um, it's vulnerable because he was kind of in a vulnerable state, not being able to really see very well. Um, and transformation often happens in the dark, away from other people knowing what's going on with us. Because oftentimes when he was getting ready to molt, we would not put the sun lamp on in the cage. We would keep it quiet and dark for him. But that's the same too when we're going through stuff. A lot of the times, other people have no idea. Let's be brutally honest. True transformation is freaking hard. It's exhausting, emotional, and it is deeply personal. And a lot of the time, as I said before, no one sees the struggle. I mean, think about those dark nights of the soul. We've all had them. When we've been crying for no clear reason, avoiding life through endless doom scrolling on our phones, or feeling just that analysis paralysis of fear. Or maybe we're stuck in a job or a relationship or some sort of habit or behavior that doesn't fit us anymore, but thinking about changing it just is so freaking overwhelming. We absolutely have all been there. But really, just like the snake, we are meant to grow and evolve. That is part of human nature. When we resist that, we stagnate, we get angry, we get frustrated, and we feel very drained. But really, as we know, the truth is transformation starts from within. It's a choice only you can make. One of my favorite snake quotes that really speaks to this process of transformation is by the author D.H. Lawrence. He wrote, "Sometimes snakes can't slough, they can't burst their old skin. Then they go sick and die inside the old skin, and nobody ever sees the new pattern. You need a real desperate recklessness to burst your old skin at last. You simply don't care what happens to you so long as you get out." And so here's the question that I will leave you with. Will you stay stuck in the skin of your old life in this year of the snake? Or will you summon that desperate recklessness to finally step into something new? Remember, this year of the snake invites you to transform. I know it's not easy, but we're all going through it. Whether it's shedding an outdated identity, breaking a toxic cycle, or simply embracing a new beginning in your life, this is your year. This is your time. But remember, transformation requires your participation. You are the agent of change in your life. So this year, rise to greet the dawn coming from the east, the direction of the snake, and promise yourself that your transformation will be intentional and not reckless. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you plan to embrace the energy in the year of the snake and the number 9 year that we will be going through in 2025 so that you can bring amazing new things into your world. Please leave me a comment. Let's have a conversation. I would love to hear your thoughts. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.